Hello, CRIMECON UK. How's it going? My name is Dr. Shahom Das. I'm a consultant forensic psychiatrist and I'm also a podcast host. So I regularly assess and rehabilitate mentally disordered offenders, people who commit serious violence who've got a serious mental illness such as schizophrenia. So I'm here to answer a couple of quick questions for CRIMECON. Number one, how did I get into true crime? I suppose I've always just had a fascination with criminality, gangsters, gangs. I listen to gangster rap. I love gangster films like Goodfellas, Scarface. I don't really understand why. It just has been that way since I was a kid, and I imagine it's probably the same for some of you listening to this. Next question, how did your podcast come about? So I host a new podcast called A Psych for Sore Minds. It's a combination of a few things. I think firstly, people find my job fascinating. So when I tell people what I do for a living, there's always loads and loads of questions and about mental illness and about how it causes offending and violence. So I realise that there's a market and there's a space that people want to know about this, and I'm quite happy to talk about it. And the other reason is because I've done bits of media here, been on TV a few times, been on radio a couple of times, and with all due respect to the hosts and the producers, I often get asked the wrong questions. So they tend to ask me stuff like what goes on in the mind of a terrorist or a serial killer, which is not what I can talk about. It's not my area of expertise. I'm more about how serious mental illness such as schizophrenia leads to delusions, hallucinations, and how they can lead to severe crimes such as rape, murder, assault. So I kind of figured that the best way to actually be able to talk about what I'm qualified to talk about is to make my own material. So that's why I started my own podcast. Okay, so that's my spiel. I'm really excited and honoured to be a part of CRIMECON 2021. So hopefully I'll catch you guys there in June next year. I'm quite new into the world of true crime, and I know that you guys are very enthusiastic, very knowledgeable, so I know I've absolutely got to bring my A game. I will be telling you about the couple of the most dramatic, serious and fascinating true cases that I've dealt with in my career. So I'm looking forward to catching you all then. If you want a 10% discount code, then you have to check out my podcast, A Psych for Sore Minds. Until I see you in person, take care, and of course, stay euthymic, homies.